Okay, good morning class.
Morning, sir.
So yesterday we made some notes with regards to the surface, the volume and external surface area of a prism. Okay. So we made all these notes remembering we have dealt with this topic before. Okay, we have done the grade 8 section of work as well. Okay, when we did area, volume, area, perimeter and volume. So now we're looking at the grade 9 section of work. So we are told that the volume of a prism is equal to area of base times height. That's what we're writing up and down when we're working out the volume. And the external surface area of a prism, if we're looking at the perimeter of the base times the height, then that only covers the sides. Example, a pipe. Okay, we're looking at the total surface, external surface area of the prism. A pipe would be a good example of that. Why? Because at the top and the bottom is open. The perimeter of the base times the height gives you basically the area of the outside, which is example of a prism without a lid. The perimeter of base times height plus one area of base. Why not two area of base? Because why the top is open. Makes sense, people? Prism with a lid, I enclose top and bottom. The perimeter of base plus perimeter of base times height. I think here you must have times height. Times height, yeah? Put it times height, put no 3 no plus twice area. Okay. What do you think that the H must be there or not be there? Huh? It has to be there. No? If we look at the volume, there is an example of a cylinder. Area of base times height. That's the volume, which is pi r squared. The base is a circle, so that the base is pi r squared times height plus 2 pi r h, which is perimeter of the base times height plus twice the area of base. We made these notes as well. Remembering this we have dealt with not too long ago, no? Dealing with the grade 8 section of work. Okay. Then this is something new here. Now this will be dealt with this as well. The area will be centimeters squared. The volume will be centimeters cubed. Okay. Something that you added on was 1,000 millimeters cubed is equal to 1 centimeter cubed. Okay, also 100 millimeters squared is equal to 1 centimeter squared, and 1 liter is 1,000 centimeters cubed. Or this is also equal to 1,000 millimeters. No? But these conversions here, say you can't remember this in an exam. We know that 10 millimeters is equal to how many centimeters? 1 centimeter. So say you wanted it centimeters squared. Then I square that, square that, square, square. So 10 squared is 100. Millimeter squared is equal to 1 squared is 1 centimeters. Can you see that? Or if you want it in millimeters cubed, so 1 is equal to 1 centimeter. So I just cube that. Cube. Can you see that? So that's going to be 10 cubed, which is 1,000. Millimeters cubed is equal to 1. You see that? What did we go with? One. Let's go with meters. 100 centimeters equal to 1 meter. So 1 centimeter square, 1 meter square, 1 square times 1. So 100 times 100, which is 10,000 centimeters square. Can you see that? Likewise, if you have 1,000 millimeters is equal to 1 meter, and you want it in cubes, I must raise it to the power 3. Can you see that? So that will be a billion millimeters cubed is equal to 1 meter. You guys get the idea? So if you know the basic conversion, then you can convert anything. Okay, but very important thing, the one that we look at here is that 1 millimeter is equal to 1 centimeter cube. That's a golden conversion there. Mustn't forget that. Okay, when we're converting volume to capacity, capacity is normally the measurement of milliliters and liters and so on. Okay. Okay. So now, yesterday we've done the examples as well. Yeah? I gave you an opportunity to do the examples. This is the example on page. Examples on page 119. Okay. So here we are asked to calculate the volume and the total surface area of the cylinder. I've given you a chance to answer these already, so I'm going to go straight into the examples. So the volume is equal to area of base times height. So what type of shape is this base? Circular base. So it's pi r squared times height to the top depth of the object. So it's pi, what's my radius? 14 squared times height, which is 40. So that would simply be pi times 14 squared times 40. So they give you 7840 which is 24,630.09 centimeters cubed. Alright, so if you're looking at the total surface area or the external surface area, which is basically on the outside, okay, it will be perimeter of base times height plus 2 area of base. So the perimeter of the base is the circumference of a circle. Remember the base is circular base here, which is 2 pi r times the depth of the object plus 2 area of base is r squared. So it's 2 pi, my radius is 14, my height is 40 plus 2 pi, my radius is 14 squared. Put that in the calculator, it's 2 pi times 14 times 40 plus 2 pi times 14 squared. Okay. It's going to be 1,512 pi, which is 4,750. You guys get this one?
Yes, sir.
4,750. 1750, comma 09 centimeters. Okay, because it's total surface area. The next one, I meant to have covered this. Oops. Okay. I know yesterday when you guys had a chance to do it, I covered that. So remember that part of the calculation is never given. Okay. So the question says calculate the volume. So how do you calculate the volume of a prism? 2 V is 2.1. The volume is area of base times height. What type of shape is this base? Triangular base. How do you calculate the area of a triangle? Of base times perpendicular height times the depth of the object. Okay. So remember when we're going to go half a base times height, there's your 90 degrees, so one will be your base and one will be your height. However, that was 20 millimeters there, so that will be 20 millimeters there. Okay? So what am I shorting? I'm shorting AC, not so. So since the right angle triangle, I can apply the rule of Pythagoras, the theorem of Pythagoras. So hypotenuse squared, which is 20 squared, is equal to 16 squared plus AC squared. The reason? Pythagoras with angle C equals 90 degrees. Not so. So we're going to get AC squared is equal to 20 squared minus 16 squared. So it's 20 squared minus 16 squared. They give you 144. The AC squared is 144. The square root thereof is going to give you 12 millimeters. Alright. So let's go. It will give you half. My base is 12. My height is 16 times the depth of the object, which is 18. It's going to be half times 12 times 16 times 18. 1,728. This goes in meters, if you don't mind. Millimeters cubed. The next one, with your total surface area, the external surface area, will be perimeter of base times height plus 2 area of base. Perimeter of the triangle times the height plus 2. How do you calculate the area of the triangle? So half base times perpendicular height. Not so. The perimeter of the triangle is the sum of all these sides. So it's 12 plus 16 plus 20. 12 plus 16 plus 20 times the height, which is, what's the height of this object? 18. Plus, now that half times the 2 cancels, not so. The base, which is going to be 12, and my height, which is going to be 16. But if you add 2 times a half times 12 times 16, no problem. That's also fine. Okay. There's going to be 12 plus 16 plus 20 times 18 plus 12 times 16. 1,056. 1,056 millimeters. Yes. Sorry? This 12 here? Yes. Why did you forget to put it in? So you got 12 plus 16 plus 20 times 18 plus 16.
So I got 20 plus 16 plus 18. I think 12.
So you didn't do this calculation yet. But you must remember that the perimeter of the base is the sum of all the sides. So it's that plus that plus that. So how can you leave out that vital pointing, vital side? So the perimeter is the sum of all the sides. Not so. It's important to do to have the 12. So in future, please have the 12. This was the third example I wanted you to do. The accompanying prism measurement. So we are told that the accompanying prism's measurement are in centimeters. Okay. The question says calculate the volume. So how do you calculate the volume? It's area of base times height. So what type of shape is this base? It's a composite shape, which means to say it's a few shapes. There's more than one shape in the base. Okay? So we divide it up into things that we are familiar with. So I divide there. So the area of this base is going to be a rectangle. The area of a rectangle, which measures 5 by, what is this here? Is one strip, so it's 5 by 1. Can you see that? Plus the area of this base here, of that shape. Okay, and that shape measures, this rectangle measures 4 by 1 times the height of this object, which is 6. Can you see that, people? So let's go with that. How do you calculate the area of a rectangle? Length times breadth. So it's 5 times 1 plus 4 times 1 times the height of this object, which is 6. Okay, so that gives you 5 plus is 9. 9 times 6 is 54 centimeters. Who got 54? Nobody. But does it make sense?
Yeah.
Does it make, why does it make sense?
So I thought that we have to cut the two shapes to half, like
So that's exactly what I did there, cut it in half, yes?
That's our only question is one.
So you only calculated that?
Yes, sir.
But doesn't this belong to the same shape? Remember, they didn't ask you to calculate the volume of this rectangle, a rectangular prism. Because it has to be the whole shape. It's volume that they. Anybody else? Where did you guys go wrong here? Sorry? What did you do? What did you then make it? Huh? Alright, so let's look at the total surface area. So the total surface area, PSA, is going to be perimeter of base times height plus twice area of base. So if you look at the perimeter, I must take that length plus that length plus that length plus that length plus. And that's how that would be the perimeter of the base, not so? So let's just work out the. So that's going to be perimeter, which is going to be 5 plus 1 plus. Now you see that length there, this whole length is what? 5. If this is 1, that is going to be 2 and 2. Can you see that, people? Where is that 1 coming from? From the bottom. So it's going to be 2 plus, this length is 4 plus 1 plus 4 plus 2 plus 1. times the height, which is 16, plus twice area of the base. Oh, it's 6, sorry, my mistake. Six. Now, when I look at the area of this base, the area of this base, I already worked out, not so. Okay, so I'm going to take it from the previous calculation. Which is 5 times 1 plus 4 times 1. That's all. That simply gives us 6, 8, 9, 17, 20, 120 plus 9 times 2 is 18. So it's 138 centimeters. Okay. Then I said you guys must do the first two sums, no? Did I give you the first two or the first four? First two. Okay. So this is exercise on page 120. Exercise on page 120. Okay, determine A, the volume, B, the total external area of each of the following prism in terms of A, B, C, X, Y, and H, etc. Then 1.1, A, the volume. How do you calculate volume? Area of base times height. So if you look at the shape here, let's make that your base. Okay, because on the other side, you all agree it's the same thing that's existing on that side. Not so. And capital H will be the depth of the object. So area of the space, how are you going to calculate the area of a rectangle? Length times breadth times height. So what's my length here? X. My breadth? B. My height? So that is just XBH or BXH, whatever. So if it's centimeters, it's centimeters squared. Centimeters cubed, sorry. Because meters is meters cubed. But is there anything there? No. So we just say units cubed. Units cubed. Right, let's look at B. B, they want you to work out the surface area. How do you calculate the total surface area? Perimeter of base times height plus 2 area of space. Okay. So, what type of shape is the base? Rectangular base. How do you calculate the perimeter of a rectangle? 2 length plus 2 breadth times the height plus 2 length times breadth. Area of the rectangle is length times breadth. So we get 2. What's my length? X. 2 x plus the breadth 2b times the height plus 2 x b. Not so. If you want, you can multiply this out. It's going to be 2xh plus 2bh plus 2xb. There's no like terms here to add. Okay?
So,
Yes?
that's why I said we're supposed to put 2x plus 2b.
2x?
Plus 2b.
For the side here?
Yes,
But for this here? Okay. Now, how do you calculate the area of a rectangle? Remember what type of base is this? Rectangular base. How do you calculate the area of a rectangle? So length times breadth. So what's my length? X. And my breadth is
So
B.
on there is supposed to be the bracket.
Even if I put it in a bracket, it's multiplication. There's no plus there. So it's not going to be 2x plus 2b. No, it can't be there. It's in a multiplication.
Can't you say you didn't put it in brackets?
Huh?
Can't you say you didn't put it in brackets?
No. Where do I put a bracket? If there's two terms in the bracket, then I put a bracket. Or there's a negative next to a negative, I put a bracket. You understand?
That's how to get you.
What part don't you get? You are saying, I'm supposed to have written here 2x plus 2b. That is what you're saying. Right or wrong?
So 2 brackets L times B.
L times b. So now what is this answer if you multiply that? What? Give it a chance. Huh?
2L plus 2B.
Now how do you get 2L plus 2b if there's no multiplication there? I'm asking, how do you get the plus there? That is your mistake. Because if that was 2 into L plus b, that would have been 2L plus 2b. Did you see that? That's a plus there.
So you were supposed to say like L times B and then LB and then times the 2 inside.
Yes. Because, let's look at it again. Looking here. This is perimeter of base times height plus twice area of base. Area of the base. What type of shape is this base? Rectangular base. How do you calculate the area of a rectangle? Length times breadth. Length times breadth. What's my length? X. So it's 2 times X times B. Right? And what's X times B? XB. 2 times XB? 2XB. Okay. Your mistake was you replaced that multiplication with a positive in your head. And since that is not marked, so this all will be units squared. Okay. Or you can just leave it as 2xh plus 2bh plus 2xb. It's also fine. I know you must let the penalize you. Okay. But it's nice to write so the examiner know you know what you're talking about. And I gave you number 1.2 to do as well, not so?
Yes, sir.
Will it do 1.3 as well? No. Okay. 1.2. Question 1.2, you must calculate the volume. How do you calculate volume? Area of base times height. What type of shape is this base? Triangular base. How do you calculate the area of a triangle? So, base times perpendicular height times the depth of the object. Not so. So it's half. What's my base? A times the perpendicular height B times the depth of the object, which is H. So that is simply half AB. Okay. Yes. Units. Any confusion there? No confusion? How do you calculate the total surface area? Perimeter of base times height plus 2 area of base. There's the perimeter of the triangle times height plus 2 area of a triangle. So half base times perpendicular. Okay. So the triangle, how do you calculate the perimeter of a triangle? You add up all the sides, so it's going to be A plus B plus C times height plus, it will be, that will cancel, not so. So what's my base? A, my height is. So if you want, you can leave your answer like that. Okay. Or you can multiply this, getting rid of the bracket. You can simplify it. So it's AH plus BH plus CH plus A. And this is going to all be units squared. Total surface area. Okay. As you indicated, I haven't given you the next two shapes yet, correct? Alright, so there, I'll give you a couple of minutes to sort these two out quickly. And of course, I'll give you the shape, okay? Alright, so 1.3. Volume, how do you calculate volume? Area of base times height. Not so? Put this a bit lower. The volume is the area of base times height. Okay. So what type of shape is the base? Circular base. How do you calculate the area of a circle? Pi squared times height. So you got pi, what's the radius? A. Because the diameter is 2a, the radius is half thereof. So it's a squared times height, which is pi a squared h. Okay. If you want to write pi is 3,14, h squared h is the same. Yes, Michael? You see, since pi is a number, constant, pi is to be in front. If you had written a squared pi h, you would have written the full marks. But the constant, the right way of writing it, the constant first. Okay. So pi is just a number. Area, total surface area, is perimeter of base times height plus 2 area of base. So how do you calculate the perimeter of a circle? 2 pi r times height plus twice area of the base pi r squared. So it's 2 pi times a times h plus 2 pi a squared. So that is simply 2 pi a h plus 2a squared pi and 2 pi squared a. 2 pi a squared. Okay. The next one. One point four. Right, 1.4. How do you calculate the volume of this piece? Volume is equal to area of base times height. How do you calculate the area of whatever shape is this base? The square base, not so. So it's going to be, how do you calculate the area of the base? Side plus side. Side squared, or side times side, times height. What's the length of the side here? A. So it's going to be A squared times B, which is A squared B. Not so? Simple, no? Then it comes to the exam. No? Total surface area. Now put the same question in the exam. Exactly the same. I don't even change the A and the B. Check. You people can't write. Why? Pressure. No. Because you guys don't study. You're not practicing the maths. Not studying, not practicing. Okay. Total surface area. Perimeter of base times height plus 2 area of perimeter. How do you calculate the perimeter of a square? 4 times height times height plus area of a square, side square. Not so? Yes. So it will be 4 times side. What's the length of the side? 8. My height is B. Plus 2. 8. So it's simply going to be 4AB plus 2. 8. Okay. Homework? Yes? Yes, I'll tell you now. Okay, so we got quite a bit of shapes left. So for homework, I would like you guys to do numbers. Okay, we did all of number 1 now. For number 2, it says calculate the volume and the total surface area. You have, you do for me the whole of number 2. I think it goes to 2.10. Is that too much? Yes. Okay, Mr. Check. Yes, it is too much. So you can do it till 2.7. 2.1 to 2.7. Okay, guys, let's start with it now. I'll stop the video at this point as well. Okay. Yes? Yes, you do. For your English lesson, you'll go to CV. Right. You guys might can do it, so it looks like I can give you another subject. Sorry? Can I do it? Show you 2 points. Okay. People, don't waste your time. Give you. So what do you need to do first here? You're going to work out your perimeter of this. Or the other perimeter. You need to know what? The lead AB. So how are you going to do that? Pythagoras. Okay.
So is that the base of the shape?
Of the shape? Yes. You must remember, the thing that we choose to be the base, the top and the bottom must be the same. So if we can't choose this let here to be the base. It won't conform to our formula. Can you see that?
Yes,
So we're going to make the triangle ABC as your base. Okay. Why? Because if you look here, that is the same as the base. I mean as the top. No? Top and the bottom is the same. Right, I'll stop the video at this point.